Thank you for the kind introduction. I am very grateful for this opportunity. My gratitude to Waseda and RIETI. The government of Japan is pursuing a new form of capitalism under which both the public and private sectors will aggressively work on the resolution of social issues and to realize a virtuous cycle of growth and distribution in which the fruit of the creation of new markets and growth will be returned to the whole of society. One crucial aspect to realize a virtuous cycle of growth and distribution is wage hike. By the expansion of investment in people and the promotion of labor market reform, we aim for a sustainable and structured wage hike. The Japanese society evolves into a world where each and every individual select their career on their own volition. The skills required for respective jobs must be made clear, and the workers should be able to choose their occupations by reskilling themselves by their will. So there are three-pronged labor market reform: support for skills improvement, introduction of job-based wages, and facilitation of labor transfer to growth sectors. We transition to labor markets that are more objective, transparent, and equitable. As we advance towards Society 5.0, the physical space and cyberspace become more fused. In addition to traditional tangible assets such as natural resources, machinery, equipment, and human resources, intangibles such as data, software, and networks are increasingly embedded into the value-creating value chains. And this has become the major prerequisite that underpin the economic and social systems, as if a new natural environment called the new digital environment is born. And therefore, under the Act on the Facilitation of Information Processing Act, committee has established and released the Digital Governance Code 2.0. Under the Act, we need to incorporate the DX. At the MITI, because of the Facilitation of Information Processing Act, we have established a guideline, a Digital Governance Code 2.0 for business management in the DX era. This is to support the top management themselves to lead the cultivation of corporate culture conducive to the use of digital technologies. The Digital Governance Code requires businesses to think how the society, competitive environment, or the client challenges might change due to digital technologies, how to understand how that would impact your own company, and to clarify how the company will react and what will be realized. Company will ask themselves what kind of company you intend to become after certain numbers of years, establish the visions that leverage the unique capabilities, overcome weaknesses, and would enhance enterprise values, and will create business models to realize those visions. They would establish visions and models. Companies will establish concrete strategies. Companies will execute systematic introduction of digital technology, attract and cultivate human resources who will make effective use of the tools through the PDCA cycle and under continuous investment plans. But there must be cross-departmental efforts such as corporate departments of ITDX, business planning, and others. The entire corporate organization climate must be reformed, and medium and long-term endeavors are necessary. The engagement of the top management is clearly required. The position of METI is to allow the businesses to establish DX strategies to enhance corporate values in order to disseminate best DX practices, to promote the change of minds of the management, and to raise awareness about leading companies amongst investor stakeholders. There are multiple promotion policies suitable for companies at different stages. Firstly, for companies that are embarking upon DX for the first time, the DX promotion indicator is available. By responding to all online 35 questions, companies can self-diagnose their progress on DX promotion. So far, a total of 8,000 companies have used the indicator. The ratio of large company to SMEs is 1.1 to 7. Benchmarking such as checking a position within industry comparison with much advanced companies will be possible. This DX promotion indicator can be used to share the objective of why the company needs to work on DX or where to start in terms of concrete actions inside the organization. It could be used for awareness, and it can be used to manage the progress. Furthermore, for the next level, in order to select advanced DX companies, that could serve as models for respective industries or regions, IPA will certify, and this is the DX certification. More than 850 have been certified, and 30% are SMEs. For the certified companies, there are tax incentives, low interest loans, or they would be able to receive subsidies, and part of the wages can be supported. Regarding the standards for DX certification, there is an additional requirement to cultivate human resources to promote DX. Human resources are required, and numerical targets and concrete standards and publication are now the requirement. There is more emphasis on digital talent development. If there are advanced DX companies that could serve as models for respective industries or regions, there are the DX selection or DX stocks. The companies will be selected by academics and experts on an annual event. DX stock is for listed entities, about 400 are chosen. DX selection is for mid-sized and SMEs, and about 40 entities have been chosen so far. So for the DX promotion, the companies will have to once again raise their receptiveness to transformation as a whole. The direction must be made clear, and they must think how they wish to use the digital technologies. They must identify the specification of the required digital human resources and to discern the gaps of deficient human resources and skills in the organization. Not merely lack of human resources in numbers, but how to acquire and recruit the digital talent. That is what the companies will have to understand. To understand the gap is the key. For this purpose, in order to visualize the necessary human skills to promote DX, METI and IPA have established and released the Digital Skills Standards, DSS, at the end of last year. First and foremost, each and every individual of the companies, including the top management, must recognize that DX is the responsibility of all. The fundamental digital-related knowledge, capability, skill, and mindset necessary for all business persons are now compiled as DSS for DX literacy. The cultivation of professional human resources to promote DX is critical. Professionals such as business architect, designers, software engineers, data scientists, cybersecurity, 15 types in 5 areas have been defined. And the roles and required skills have been established as DSS for DX promotion. The roles to be performed by the 15 types of profession in the 5 areas need not be in place fully from the beginning, and the companies are expected to start fulfilling the roles in a stepwise manner in accordance with the business size or the degree of DX advancement. The 2 categories of DSS for DX literacy and the DSX for DX promotion constitute the digital skills standards, as we expect them to be used as a guidance to recruit and nurture human resources. Specifically, the standards could be used to visualize the skills necessary for DX but missing in your company, and we are prepared to receive consultation and offer advices. Furthermore, other programs to cultivate the digital human resources include online training programs, a platform called Manabi Deluxe, which offers learning contents developed by the industry, which meets certain standards and contents in accordance with the DSS, or the provision of digital-related national examinations such as IT passport exam to visualize the outcome and achievement of these learnings. So far, I have introduced our efforts on digital governance code, DX certification, digital skills standards, and other measures for the promotion of DX and investment in human capital for reskilling. In the digital area, the digital areas undergo constant change and evolution. Companies could be creative and exert their ingenuity on how to leverage these digital technologies. In fact, since the publication of the DSS as of December last year, indeed, we have already issued the first revision in August in order to respond to generative AIs. Generative AIs are expected to accelerate the digital transition by companies. It also has the potential to raise the competitiveness of businesses, and the revision accommodates so-called prompt engineering, which is a new perspective in skills and literacy required of business persons. We will continue to be agile going forward, and in accordance with the feedback we hear on technological advancement of how the technologies are used by the industry, the public and private sectors will work in tandem and constantly update the DSS for continuous improvement. The review on the DSS for DX promotion for the professional human resources has started also to reflect the impacts of generative AI. We look forward to your feedback and will execute appropriate policies on digital reskilling. Thank you for your attention.